Like so many of you, I followed the Ray Rice, Baltimore Ravens NFL story yesterday as it unfolded, gained momentum, and opinion after opinion after opinion was thrown out on traditional media, on social media. And it was interesting to me to watch that evolution happen. The video is released, Ray Rice is released from the Ravens, the NFL comes out and suspends Ray Rice indefinitely. There is commentary that says, why would she stay? There is commentary about how it's good that the Ravens release him. There is commentary that says, the Ravens and the NFL are too little too late in passing judgment. There's a meme that shows up on Twitter that's a hashtag that says WhyIStay, so that domestic abuse survivors and victims can explain why they stay in relationships where they are abused. I found that hashtag to be incredibly insightful and valuable for people who need that education, I believe. It hurt my heart to hear people say, why would she marry him? Why would she stay? Not that it's any of your business anyway, but it seemed so sad to me that anyone felt compelled to blame her in any capacity or to question why she would still be with him after seeing that video. I saw a friend on Facebook because my initial reaction was good that the Ravens and the NFL had made that decision. And then I saw a friend on Facebook who is a former victim of domestic abuse. I saw her say that while so many people were responding that this was a good decision being made by the NFL and the Ravens, that she was actually fearful for Janay Rice, because so often victims of domestic abuse end up in fear because their abusers are punished in some capacity for their actions. And that made my heart hurt even more for Janay Rice and potentially for her daughter. But then I saw something else today. And it was Janay Rice responding on Instagram to this situation. And her quote, a portion of her quote on Instagram, indicated how painful this whole situation was for her, which was one of the questions I had yesterday, which was, how painful must this whole situation be for it to come up again? Clearly she had made the decision to marry Ray Rice. Again, none of anyone's business. But she had made that decision, and for him to lose his job, his livelihood, to play the game that he loves to do, what does that do for her, for whatever counseling they are in, for whatever progress they may or may not have made? And one of the quotes she has is, what don't you all get? If your intentions were to hurt us, embarrass us, make us feel alone, take all happiness away, you've succeeded on so many levels. And that hurts my heart for her in so many ways. She's being victimized all over again. I can't even imagine what it must be like to have that video out there, to have lived through that and then have everybody see it. To have it out there for everyone to see. It must be so incredibly painful. I try to live my life as a woman that I would like my daughter to become. And I can only imagine that that is very likely her goal as well. So many people are questioning her, and I think it's incredibly unfair. I would like to encourage as many people as possible, because so many people don't seem to have the insight. And how could you if you've never been the victim of domestic abuse or known anyone who has been the victim of this type of violence or this type of situation, to follow that hashtag, that meme that's on Twitter that says WhyIStay, because so many people are sharing bits and pieces of their story. bits and pieces of their world, bits and pieces of their life. It's giving a little bit of insight, and I hope that it might open people's eyes a little bit and change your perspective, or allow you to offer a little bit of compassion in a way that maybe you're not. Because there is so much more to this situation than Ray Rice, and Ray Rice no longer playing for the Ravens, and Ray Rice no longer playing in the NFL, and the NFL changing its policy on domestic violence. All of which is a conversation, and I get. What I don't think, because I heard this yesterday too, is that this is indicative of the violent nature of football. I saw people saying that, what do we expect? Football is such a violent game. How do we expect men who are being taught to have such high levels of testosterone and to be so aggressive on the field? How do we expect them not to be aggressive off the field? I don't agree with that. Actually, I think football is a great game, a strong game. I've always loved watching the game, and I've known many amazing football players who use their aggression on the field and don't use that level of aggression off the field. I don't know Ray Rice, obviously, and I don't know Janay Rice. This is a horrible situation, but I won't indict the game of football for it. I hope that people can have some compassion for victims of domestic violence and not question A, why anyone would stay, or B, question why she would stay. And I hope that they would stop blaming her in any capacity for this. I'm happy to have a conversation with anyone about it. You can always find me on Twitter @DanielleSmithTV. Thank you for watching.